Boogety Boogety Boogety, JB. We are back, rock and rolling. This is episode 25, and it is the
Hey,
cutoff episode. We just went
uh,
from 16 to 12.
12,
25% of the playoff field has been eliminated. It was rough. Some of them were out early. Some of them, it came down to the very last restart, and a couple drivers didn't know how their night was going to end, like where
Yep.
they were going to end up, above, below, the line. And very very fun race, very interesting. The track was eating up
To
those
tire.
tires,
Yes,
JB.
I seen that earlier as well too. The outside just completely just black covered.
Somebody said it looked like a barber shop, and I thought that reference, that analogy, that that simile, metaphor, whatever figure of speech
It
that
just
it
looked
is,
like
was
black
perfect because
patches of hair just like all over the
yeah,
place.
it looked exactly like it, like someone had just been like shaving heads all day, and
That was
they had
rough on
to,
the
yeah.
tires.
I mean, I thought it was insane. Like they literally came in and like cleaned up the track a little bit after
hmm
Josh Berry's rocker panel caught on fire. All that smoke in the car, that was scary as
I
hell to
feel
see.
so sorry for him too as well because he hasn't had the best playoff run as it is. Obviously, he gets eliminated with this as well too. But driving into pit row with all that smoke in the car and in his face, I guarantee you, like once he actually stopped and got to stop, he probably passed out because, I mean, that's a lot of smoke just ventilation wise. You don't have a lot of air,
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you saw him like actually just get ripped out of the car by
and,
his team,
and he had to
and
sit down too for a second because I honestly think he passed out. Like,
yeah, no doubt. I mean, it was insane. I felt really bad for the guy at Trust Tree, JB. I actually didn't get to see like the very start of the race. It was I turned it on a little bit late, and just as I'm turning it on, I'm seeing
oh, that's
Josh
what you see.
Berry,
Oh no.
and I was just like, oh my god, like. It seems like every race, like I mean, it literally happened every race of the playoffs.
It
Josh Berry
did.
had an incident. He was the first car like to be involved in anything, and it ruined his day. It sucked. He was done early, but I mean,
Mm,
glad to see that he was safe. And I mean, his like umbrella teammate, they're like kind of like that like partnership essentially
yeah.
with Wood Brothers and Team Penske. Austin Cindric's rocker panel came caught on fire underneath his car. He had to go into the pits. He was in the pits for like 5 laps or so,
Dude, what is
and
going on?
and I actually moved him down above below Chase Elliott, who was crashed out of the race by I think it was John, involved in a wreck with John Hunter Nemechek.
Yes, yeah, you're
His
right.
it gets sent to the wall. His radiator's bus spills all over, just leaking. And his night
I
was done.
see.
He thought he was out of the playoffs. He just, he just was like, "I'm done," right? Like I can't, I got nothing else.
He looked really nervous because they tried to interview him like after the crash when they moved the car back to the garage, and he was just like, dude, well, what's the standing right now? Where am I at? Oh, so I'm at the line. All right, cool. Then I'll just have to wait and see." And like that sucks having to wait until the end of the night to figure out if you're still moving on to the next round.
Yeah, and I mean, he was competing with his teammate at the time. Like once he gets crashed out, he's right there on the 12th place spot. And Alex Bowman, he's got to win the race to jump his teammate, which is pretty much similar to how the end of the regular season was going, where Alex Bowman had to sit there and watch and hope no one else could steal the win,
Yep.
from his playoff spot. But nonetheless, I mean, it was crazy. The Austin Cindric incident that we talked about ended up putting him from 11th to 12th. Chase Elliott jumps him in the standings, even though he was off the track, and it came down to a 1 point difference between Austin Cindric and Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman was in second place though, and it's like, all right, well, like that 1 point that you'd be
I
getting
was so
would be
hopeful
from
for
the win.
Bowman, man. So hopeful.
Yeah, it was so intense because it's like he's sitting there in second. He's 1 point away, but it's like just win the race. But at that point, it's like, well, the only way he can get that 1 point is winning the race. So it's like a must-win situation. Samson, stop it. And yeah, very intense. I like that Ally 48 car that driving around Saturday night as well.
That was a sweet car
We
though.
may end up seeing that here in a few
It
moments
might
too,
be on my
JB.
car of the week. Who
But
knows?
yeah, I mean, I thought it was an intense race. Ty Gibbs dominated the first half of that race.
Oh,
I loved seeing Ryan Blaney steal this first stage from him, and I saw like he learned from his mistakes. They both pit, they both get tires, before the end of stage two, and he's able to, with equal tires, hold off Ryan Blaney, on those fewer laps. I think Blaney would have caught him and passed him, but Ty Gibbs was fast all night, and then he gets involved into a little bit of a bumper incident in the lap traffic.
He tagged him a little bit.
Yeah, and it just kind of like was the one mistake that took him off the lead lap, just put a little bit of damage to his car, and just threw off his night. So just a bit of a bummer for him, not necessarily for the Ty Gibbs haters. I I want to see Ty Gibbs get that first win. I did not want it to be at Bristol. I wasn't. I was rooting for a couple other drivers. You know who else was riding up near the top? Sitting in second and third a lot. Finished third, by the way, JB.
Oh,
my guy, dude, Zane Smith. Ben, we've been talking about him all year.
You're a Zane Smith fan.
I mean, I am.
Zane Smith fan.
That's not even a secret. I think 100% a Zane Smith fan. I got my Zane Smith T-shirt, and I talk about him all the time. Give him he gets my car of the week mentions. He's been getting them for a while, JB, all the way back to like pre-Darlington.
I gotta feel like next season you're just gonna be all in on Zane Smith.
I feel like I'm already kind of all in on Zane Smith. I'm all it's like one of my favorite drivers for sure. He's definitely like in the young crop. He's probably my favorite. I like John Hunter Nemechek as well because of that like alignment with Matt Kenseth, with the with Legacy Motorsport or Motor Club, whatever. Yeah. But I definitely really enjoy Zane Smith. I think he's a really good driver, and I'm hoping to see him succeed. So whether that be continue with Front Row Motorsports, maybe he ends up jumping up to a bigger team. Who knows what? But either way, I mean, I'm not afraid to say I'm a Zane Smith fan.
Zane Smith guy over here. Look at this.
No, the Cats were bad this week, so they're.
Oh, they were. Oh,
yeah.
Poor kitties.
No poor kitties. They were bad. So, but JB, yeah, I mean, I'd shout out my guy Zane Smith as well. But yeah, I thought it was a very interesting race, tight finish, and then you get to the end and. You have, I'm trying to remember who else was on the front row with Alex Bowman on that restart, but yeah, they didn't pit. And there's like the first few cars, I think Keselowski pit for tires, Bell pit for tires, and it ended up being the big difference for sure. I was really rooting for Brad to get that win, and when he kind of he even admits he's like, look, I was just trying to send him, I was on and he's like, and
I'm just trying to help. That's it.
And he's like, and it didn't do shit. So he's like, and Bell was like, yeah, I mean, I knew he was gonna go for it, I just like had to try and do take it, and it's just like when you're sitting there in the ring and it's just like you're fucking throwing your hardest right. And it knacks, but like he just eats it, and it's like, fuck, man, like I don't know what else I can do.
Shout out to Canelo,
yeah, R.I.P. But yeah, JB, you got any more recaps, highlights, anything you want to talk about the race?
It was a good race. Like I don't know. I think I enjoyed the night races a little bit more than the day races. I'm starting to like. It just seems like it's a little bit more fun at night. I don't know if that's the right feel for it, but. Nothing beats like racing during the day, a nice hot sunny day. But night races, like I kind of dig a little bit more. Obviously, seeing the tires just burn up on the outside is just terrible. Eating up tires left and right. I have so many tire changes going on. Christopher Bell gets it done, and man, hey, he's still my pick to win it all at the end of this. And he just basically stole one the last couple laps. So
yeah, no, I mean, hey, Joe Gibbs Racing swept the first round of the playoffs with it being Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, and Christopher Bell winning. There's three. They went 3 of the 4 drivers who made the playoff.
You can't ask for anything more.
I mean, Ty Gibbs is the one JGR driver who didn't make it, but he dominated most of that race. You know what I mean? So I mean, even if let's say he had a good chance to win too, which would have still been a JGR sweep, but just JGR sweep of the playoff drivers, which helps them even more. Yeah, it's we'll see how it goes. I mean, Christopher Bell, he interesting guy. I don't know. feel a little indifferent about him.
Oh boy, what has changed?
Nothing. Just a little. It's just it's indifference. So
we'll have to see. We have to figure this out.
Are you familiar with like I don't know what it's called, but like that like chart where it's like
the tree of
no, it's like a grid. It's like good, like neutral, like
Yeah,
bad, like,
yeah,
and there's like chaotic and like true and like bad. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah, yeah.
not like
I know
say
what
like
you're.
and I would say I was more like leaning like more like in favor of, and now I just went back towards the middle, if that makes sense. Not I don't think any bad habit. I
So
just was
you were over here, but didn't
like
like
yeah,
it. It's just kind of
yeah, like I was leaning more in favor, and then I just kind of went back to like
oh, okay.
indifferent. That's I think that's a very fair term. It's like
That's a fair. Yeah,
it's
that's fair.
just indifferent.
Hey,
You know,
can't beat it. Can't go wrong with that. But Christopher Bell moves on, advances. I know you're indifferent about him, but hopefully he can pull this off at the end.
yeah. I mean, New Hampshire is a really good track for him. He's won there multiple times, so wouldn't be surprised to see him with another fast performance coming up this weekend up in Loudon and raising the big
Loudon.
lobster. JB is one of the trophies we kind of talked about earlier.
Like
This,
a couple of drivers are actually scared of that giant lobster.
yeah, I
Which
mean,
is kind of weird.
no
I would
doubt.
just kind of want to hold it, but that's just
I mean, I think it'd be sick. I've never had lobster before, and I think like I'd want my first experience to be like something like a
like
really
that.
good lobster. So I think that'd be sick. I'd love to be like a part of that crew that gets to dine on that delicacy. It used to be considered peasant food, but now it's like a king's meal. So,
I wonder
but
where they find this giant ass lobster at.
right there up in the Northeast, JB,
They
Maine.
grow them that big out there.
Yeah, dude, Maine's lobster, big lobster area, Cape Cod and stuff like that, and then I mean New Hampshire's got a bit of a coast on the Atlantic,
Hmm.
small one, but there's a coast, so
Hmm.
I'm sure they have like some access to some good lobster over there too. I'm sure they don't just avoid that one little stretch of
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, you can't
but
do that.
but yeah, I mean I'd love to get up there. It seems like a really beautiful area. Plans to go to
It really
Vermont next year,
does. Like it
but
seems to be just like peaceful, I guess. More
hell yeah.
nature driven.
Yeah, no doubt. But and Bristol JB short track. I know we got to make it a little bit of a shorter episode this week. Do you want to dive into the gas pass crash?
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to do yours first?
Yeah, absolutely. I say I'll start out. My gas is gonna go to, even though he didn't win the race, I still gonna give my hats off to Ty Gibbs. I thought he had a really good running. He led quite a few laps. I don't remember the exact number of laps he led in total, but he dominated a big chunk of that race. And anytime that he found himself off of first place, like um, early in that race and even through the middle, up until like that little incident where he found himself off the lead lap, he climbed his way back up to the front, and he would move people out of his way to get in the lead. He didn't want to settle for third, didn't want to settle for second. He knew he had a fast car. He wanted to be setting the pace, and he was setting it all night for the most part. So I thought I thought it was cool to see him learn from his mistake in stage one, where he stayed out there, like didn't they were learning how much like fresher tires made a difference, especially on the restarts in those first couple laps too. And Ryan Blaney was able to steal that stage one win. Also, the traffic too as well made a difference. But uh, and then coming out, steal getting Blaney in stage two for the finish, I thought was sick. And obviously like I said, I want to see Ty Gibbs win a race eventually. I didn't want to see him win it that night. I would have preferred, like I said, my guy Zane Smith was up there. Would have loved to see him get that first win of his career. Was hoping Brad may get that first win of his career,
Mm.
but we'll see. My crash is gonna go to Chase Elliott, and I think it's just because like he was running fine. Like I think he's gonna find himself in a position where he had to worry about being eliminated, but it was like single file racing essentially, and you got a line, you got to try to find yourself back in there. John Hunter Nemechek gets into the back of him, sends him up into the wall, and just like hits it straight on, like busts his radiator, and like we for Chase Elliott fans, you thought his season was
You did
over,
thought it was over.
and thankfully, it wasn't. But my thankfully, like I said, thankfully the season wasn't over. And then I think I skipped over the pass, and I went from gas to crash. So jumping back, pass is going to go to Christopher Bell making the late surge at the end, with the fresh tires getting the win. Huge for his playoff standings, just helping him like etch himself further ahead. And I mean, it's not like he was at risk of not making it into the next round, but he like I said, for JGR, they were able to sweep the round of 16 before we eliminated down to 12 drivers. But JB, I'll let you. I'll pass the reins off to you for your gas pass crash, my guy.
Oh, my gas has to go to one Mr. Christopher Bell. Get it done the last 4 laps of this race, sneaking by to capture this win right here, capping off, as you said, with Joe Gibbs Racing and everyone. So they got to be proud of him there. My crash, Kitty's taking a little rest. My crash has to go to your guy, Chase Elliott. I don't know what happened, and it just sucks that he had to sit there the entire night, probably watching, staring at a monitor, hoping and rooting for some other guys to get in place ahead and to win this race, just so he could stay alive in the playoffs. And finally, my crash has to go to one Mr. Josh Berry, someone who I feel so sorry for, has had the worst set of luck these 3 races to start off the playoff, and now I'm coming to find out that he's eliminated, especially in the way that he went out to as well too, in I guess a blaze of glory, as you can say, with the smoke and the
Yeah,
fire.
if you want to call it that.
Yeah, a blaze of glory of just, hey, I tried, but my car just didn't like me today, and every single day of the race, the start.
I didn't feel right making him my crash because I didn't feel like he like it was a fire. It didn't seem like a true crash, but nonetheless, it did take him out of the race. Just felt like
his cars just hated him this whole entire couple weeks.
Yeah, it was rough. So
how did your car just betrayed you like that? The fuck?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even make it a full lap at Darlington. He couldn't even make it out of turn 2 before like disaster struck. So he nearly took Tyler Reddick out with him. He still had an incredible save. So at Darlington, that was insane. Still,
I mean,
but
hopefully next season it'll be better for him.
But
sorry, man.
Yeah, but JB, I'm excited. I'm interested to hear your cars of the week because I thought there's a few interesting ones this week. I thought there was one that stuck out to me.
Yeah, there's definitely one that stuck out.
Hell yeah.
Which I think you will definitely enjoy. But I'm gonna start at the back. Number 5, Ryan Priest driving the number 60 Kroger's Ford out there for you. The I believe it's the Stoke. I think it's the cold brew coffee.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know how it's pronounced, if it's Stoke or Stock, but yeah, either way, I do know.
Stock.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about. Yeah,
either
cold brew coffee.
Cold brew coffee. I like the orange to black. I have not tried one of these drinks. I don't even think I've seen one in the store, so I'll probably have to stop and try one out at least. Number 4, we spoke about this before. Alex Bowman with the 48 Ally open road sweeps for the Chevy. The gray, the white, I think there's a little reddish purple as well too, especially with like all the city icons all around the car as well. So I love that. Number 3, I debated about putting this one on here, but Bubba Wallace driving the 23 Robin Hood Toyota. I like Robin Hood. I actually use Robin Hood from time to time to, bet on some stocks. Obviously, they haven't gone that well, but still, it's a nice little app and a nice little company that it's a baby way of kind of starting you out on getting to know stocks and buying stocks like that in a smart way. Number 2, gotta go. King's Hawaiian, Mr. Denny Hamlin, the number 11 King's Hawaiian Toyota. I mean,
the soft pretzel bites.
The soft pretzel bites, you can't go wrong with them. You just can't. And number 1, this is probably going to make your list as well too. SVG, the 88 Wendy's Breakfast Chevy. I don't know, did you see that the burger on the side?
Yeah, no doubt. For sure.
It looks like a morning sunrise on a car with the burger. So it was just perfect.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty sick. I thought the colors on that were very nice and may or may not be on my list here in just a second, JB. Couple of overlaps. I think we're back
to the overlaps.
It's been a while, but we got a few. I think 3 or so. We'll start with the overlaps, I suppose. I'll sprinkle them in.
Okay.
But first off, it's gonna go with the soft pretzel bites number 11 from Denny Hamlin. I mean, King's Hawaiian makes some pretty good rolls, but I love pretzels, especially soft pretzel bites.
Oh my god!
Like it's like my go-to at a concession stand.
Oh my god!
Like literally, like if there's like things at a concession stand, it's the pretzel. That's what I want every time, all the time.
No, wait, is it the mini pretzels or do you like the giant pretzels too?
Are you talking about, like, the mini pretzel bites?
Yeah, so because some places have the pretzel bites and others have like the giant ass pretzel.
I like both. I think a soft pretzel is amazing, and I just wanna make sure it has, like, enough salt on it because I don't do it with, like, cheese or mustard because 'cause
That's what
I'm
I was gonna
weird like
ask
that.
next. Do you put salt on it, or some people
Yeah.
like to eat it plain?
No, I like a lot of salt on there,
Okay.
almost, like, so much where I feel like I need to, like, wipe it off, like, I'd rather have it like that than, like, not enough
I'd
salt,
rather have
like
enough than not have
yeah,
it at
too
all.
much than not enough, 100%. Another one though, JB, I have. This isn't an overlap. But this is a shout out to our Legacy Motor Club. The number 43 Dollar Tree from Eric Jones. That all white with the. I thought it was like that forest green with the blue trim, but it was like a darker blue on the like the backdrop or like the stroke and the shadow effect of the 43 font. I thought it was really sick and cool. I just, I like green. I like white. I think there's some sick colors. You know,
Shout out Spartans.
nah,
Shout out to Spartan Nation.
no, heck no, heck no,
Come on.
no, JB. I
Come
don't like
on.
Michigan State. They told me I wasn't good enough to go to school there, and I took that
I know. So you went to
personally.
the better school. You went to Central.
Exactly. A school that
You went to the cooler
I
school
went to a school that doesn't have a bunch of horrible things associated with their school.
at the time.
I mean, at the time, like forever, like they're always
At the at that
all.
time.
It's not at the time, like yeah, it's like that time. It's always going to be
It's that
associated
time, and then it's that time.
with that school and the way they hit it and allowed it to go on for so long. And honestly, like other schools just like passed him around like a priest, or like some orca, like just
Yo.
killing his trainer. So, like chill. Let's be real. Um, let's go to another overlap, JB. Let's talk about the number 48 ally from Alex Bowman. I didn't notice the different cities. I noticed the skyscraper, and I thought at first it was a water bottle. I was
What?
I was watching the race again with my lady friend Eleanor,
Shout out.
and she pointed out, I think that's a skyscraper. And then I looked at it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's I thought it was a water bottle. But then, see, like, I noticed you mentioned it. I was like, oh, yeah, there's a cactus on there. I see the Las
Yeah, I
Vegas
think there's like
sign.
mountains or
Yeah,
something. Yep,
there's
yep.
a tsunami wave that likes to look kind of like frightening, actually, near these palm trees. It's like these, I think it's meant to be surf waves, but
I think so, yeah.
they're
But it
freaking
just
huge.
together they don't mix. Like they
They're
probably should have put them on the opposite side of the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, they're freaking huge. Or like have them go like away from the palm trees, maybe. But either way, I thought it was like a chrome looking car. I thought it was really sick. And shout out to Alex Bowman's 48. Um, Again, my other overlap, JB, it's gonna be that Wendy's breakfast car from
Yes.
SVG the 88. I thought it was sick. Although I don't really eat fast food breakfast except for hash browns. I think hash browns are like a safe bet, but
Okay.
I don't do really anything else. I just I like the colors on there. Like you said, it kind of like mimics a sunrise, with the bright yellow and kind of like it's a little bit warmer, um, kind of lighting up the the morning night, if that makes sense. And I really dug that. But moving on to my number one car of the week this week, JB, it's going to a truck in a lower series.
Oh,
It's going to pay homage to the state of the track, Bristol in Tennessee, right on the border of Tennessee and Virginia, but just south of the border and in Tennessee. I want to give a little bit of love and shout out the 26 truck. I can't remember. The Tennessee Volunteers 26. I
hey!
don't know if this it looks like a Chevy, like the Silverado.
It kind of
Of
looks like
I don't know who drove this truck. I'd have to double check, but I just thought it was really sick. Obviously, I knew they were racing in Tennessee, and I'm pretty sure Knoxville is a little bit closer to Bristol. Let me check on the map actually right now while we're talking
Knoxville?
about it. But I'm pretty sure Knoxville's closer to Bristol than Nashville, which is where Vanderbilt is located.
Vandy.
So,
Vandy.
old Vanderbilt. But yeah, Bristol is right up in the like northeastern part of Tennessee,
Hmm.
not far from the Virginia border. Actually, the city itself overlaps the border of Virginia, JB, and you can see it on the map. It's really cool.
Hmm.
And there's like a pseudo rivalry. I remember when Virginia Tech and Tennessee played a football game at Bristol Motor Speedway, which I'm pretty sure Bristol Motor Speedway can hold more than the Big House.
I'm pretty sure it could.
It's a fully
Yeah.
enclosed coliseum. The capacity of Bristol Motor Speedway,
Oh yeah.
146,000.
Yeah.
Um, but it says it's hosted crowds nearly of 160,000. So
It makes sense.
yeah, 91,000 people went to the MLB Speedway Classic that was held earlier this year, which is insane. So they can really pack them in there. And I know it's a place that we hope to go, JB. My dad's been down
Oh
there. He's
yeah.
pretty sick, and
That's definitely one of the places I would love to go to.
hell yeah. But like I said, we already kind of hinted at it. They're going to be at New Hampshire this week, JB. Do you have any predicted winners for
Oh,
this weekend?
I know I tried to get back on track the week prior with Denny Hamlin. He came out with the win. I was not expecting Christopher Bell to get this one. Uh, God, from New Hampshire. Give me a strong bounce back game from Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. A bold choice, I think. I'd be. I'm gonna try and pitch one in and see if Brad Keselowski can sniff out a win. I think it's either him or Busher or Priest. I wanna say like just if you're making me pick one, I'm gonna pick Keselowski.
Hmm.
And I'd probably rank it Keselowski, Priest, and then Busher. I don't know why I'm feeling it this way. I just feel like Priest is from New Hampshire, so I want to give him like maybe a little bit of like a hometown nod. But this feels like an RFK weekend, JB. I
Really? Okay.
I I've been talking about it all year. I want to like, and I kind of hinted at it, JB. We talked about this. Like I was worried that maybe Ryan Priest or Chris Busher wouldn't get their first win of the year until after the playoffs, and if they weren't in, it would be too late. It was like I'm confident that they're going to get a win this year. One of the
One
guys
of the
on
two.
RFK
Yeah.
or broadcast RFK will get a win this year. I want to believe it, and I think it's going to happen.
That's your guarantee.
Sure. I don't know what I can like what I'd be guaranteeing it against, but like we could try to figure out some type of bet, I guess, to make. But um I want RFK in so bad, or at least to get a win so bad before the end of the year, and I'm just feeling it this week. So shout out, shout out to Brad Keselowski, shout out Ryan Priest, Chris
Shout out
Busher.
Brad,
Really
man.
rooting for you guys to pull one out. Pull a couple out, man, before the end of the year. But like I said, I just want the team to get one, man. Just want them to get one. So
My bet did hit as well too. I picked Bowman and Chris Busher to at least finish top 10.
hell yeah,
So
nice,
at
nice,
least got that win out of it.
solid, man.
Couldn't pick a winner, but at least knew that those would at least finish top 10.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that either, man. But still, we'll see what happens this weekend, and hopefully Chase Elliott's able to like, at least get a couple of good stage finishes to help himself with his standing, and to at least get to the round of eight. We'll see. You
Is a
know,
race Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday 2 o'clock.
Sunday, 2 o'clock. All right,
Yes,
cool.
sir. Yes, sir. I believe it's going to be Sundays throughout the rest of the year. Let me confirm and
Oh, no
double
more night
check.
races. Damn it.
I don't believe we have any more night
Damn it.
races. Confirmed Sunday afternoons. The latest race that we have is 5:30 in Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas.
Yes, which is really like a 2:30 race local time
Oh, yeah.
there.
Different
Every
time
other
zone.
race is around 2 or 3 o'clock. So
Damn, that was our last night race.
it was until next year, but that's okay. That's kind of usually how it goes. We had two out of the last three races were night races. So with Darlington, you had the Southern 500, and then you got Bristol. So, but hell yeah, JB, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week, the start of a new round, and see which four. I mean, there's already four who are like on the hot seat for this coming stage,
Yeah.
but we'll see how they move around and who is where this time next week who's on the cut line and who's safe. So
Maryland crab cakes and football.
But this has been Fast and Loose with JB Smooth and Chase Haley Emily. He's fast, I'm loose, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.
Peace.